Well, welcome to the Coach's Show here with head coach Eugene Rogers of the Corsicana Tigers. I'm Rusty Hitt. Thanks for joining us. And Coach comes in on a 3-game win streak and with a 5-3 record. Congratulations on a nice win on Friday night against a tough Kaufman team that came in, played really physical, had a pretty good game plan against you, and you were playing a little shorthanded. So great overall win.
We're so excited about the win, first of all, but our kids did a great job, as well as the coaches, coming out there preparing and playing shorthanded. We're so excited about the effort that the kids gave and played. It showed that we are a team, and next man up. The guys that are out there did a fabulous job of competing and playing harder and longer than the Kaufman Lions.
Well, you had to play the game without your starting quarterback, without a starting receiver, another starting receiver for a half. Your 1B running back, your co-starter at running back, and you had another kid, another player that plays on offense for you. So
and an offensive lineman.
Yeah, and an offensive lineman. So you're starting one of your starters. So now you're down 2 offensive linemen because your center is out. So
right.
When you go to all that and you come out with a 35-17 win, I think you got to be really, really pleased with that, the way your kids responded. You went down 10 points in the second half in the third quarter, and you came right back and just exploded the rest of the game. So congrats, and I know it's a good team win for you.
Yeah, we're so excited about the kids that stepped on the field and competed to the best of their abilities. It's like I told them and I told the coaches, we went through all season and all of the kids got reps, and they got a chance to see each one compete to their best ability. And what we asked our kids to do is, we want to go 4 to 6 seconds as hard as we can with a relentless effort. We want to go +2. We want to have a competitive spirit. We want all of them. So the backups and the kids that had their opportunity to go out there and compete, they did those things. And it showed that our off-season program is well in effect, and they're doing what we asked them to do. And we're proud of that.
Well, it was a game where you had to adjust. Your passing game obviously wasn't going to be what you've been doing, pretty wide open, being able to get the ball down the field. One is because you didn't have your starting quarterback. 2 is because you had 2 receivers on the sideline over there. So it was good to see your ability to adapt, the ability to make things happen. And, of course, number 7,
right.
He's going to cover up for some of those losses. And he did. He had over 200 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on the day. But it wasn't just him. As that game kept rolling along, Christian Evans and C.J. Curry both had big runs, tough runs. They were both running hard, both got in the end zone. It was really exciting, fun way to end the ball game, to get through that fourth quarter and end on with your foot on the gas and seeing that team just improve as you went along. And certainly after halftime, it was very noticeable, the difference in the game.
Yeah. Again, I would credit Coach Wigfall and Coach Jesse. Did a phenomenal job with the offensive linemen that we had. You're down 2 starters, center and a tackle, and then you get some young guys coming there, and the way they blocked for those running backs, they did a great job of getting a body on those guys. And again, our backs, they did a great job as well of making that second guy miss and getting in the secondary and making those runs. And I would contribute that to the job that the coaches have done with those guys. And the guys listening to the coaches and doing what they asked of them to the best of their abilities. And that's why we did have that success. And multiple running backs got in the end zone and had a great run out there.
I think, giving the credit to that offensive line is really, really big because, again, early in the year, they were kind of the weak spot. It really took some time. But the adjustments you made from a coaching standpoint, their growth as young players, seeing that happen has really shown over here the last 3 weeks for sure. And this game particularly, in the second half adjustments that we saw, I know Richie was talking about a couple of blocks that your freshman made. He came around on some pulls and just cleared it out. And so that's the kind of thing, as a coach, it really makes your heart feel good, right?
Yeah.
To see kids take the coaching and grow as a season and improve all along.
Yeah, young Mathis, he has grown tremendously. The reason I'm laughing, last week we called a play and he got knocked on his keister, and then coach said call it again, and he was like, he was actually kind of mad at coach for having him call it again, but he did a better job the second time. We know what's best for these guys. Just go out there. If you don't succeed, hey, we're going to give you an opportunity to go out there and do it again and get better at it. And he did. He got better at it the second time we ran it, and he's getting better each week as we go through practice and the games.
Well, and your young quarterback, Jackson McGraw, in the second half completed some nice passes, made some good throws, better throws than in the first half. A little more time, again, a little more time up front. He put the throws on your receivers and were able to move the ball a little bit, take enough pressure off the running game. And so we saw a growth as a team, and I know it'll be nice to be back to full strength this week as you're going into Heritage.
Yeah, now everyone understands why we're giving Jackson some meaningful minutes during those ball games, and just so happened we had to use him as a starting quarterback. You know, he started out a little nervous, but all in all, he did a great job, and the more experience he gets, the better he's going to get. But we're excited what he has done thus far, and his ceiling is unmatched. The things that he's going to be able to do for us.
Well, you know, Kaufman came in. Obviously, I guess that's a different quarterback. You know, this kid, he's a warrior now. He played every play on defense and offense, and was very physical. And he might have been the biggest player on the field just about. He's a big old kid. Now, and so they got the kind of the power with him and the speed with the running back, and you know they busted a couple long runs on you. And then early in the first half, they were able to get some drives, but you were able to stop them. Josiah Lopez with a big play down the goal line forced a field goal. But the second half, their offense was really the one long run, and that was it. So good adjustment by you guys and your defense. And, you know, this defensive effort was a little more spread out. Not as much about, obviously your linebackers had plenty of plays, but you saw Lopez with a lot of tackles, Frank Jackson with a lot of tackles. You saw some other guys coming in and making plays in the game. Is more of a team-oriented defense that game, it seemed like. Yeah,
initially on film, they did have another quarterback, and we prepared for the guy that could pass all week long, and we prepared different formations all week long, and then we get this curveball start of the game. We didn't know that the quarterback was out, so they did things totally different from what we had seen earlier, and then you know we got to halftime with the ability to make adjustments and figure out what they were doing, and then we settled in and we played Tiger defense.
Sure did, and you really shut them down there in that second half. Like I said, they had the early score on a nice little breakaway run from the running back. Coach doesn't like it.
No.
That's how they scored both their touchdowns. They tried to grind it out, but you were able to eventually stop them. But just gave your offense enough time to get rolling there and pull away for a nice win there. And being down 10 in the second half and showing the character of a team to come back and not only get a win, but get a dominant win. It was an 18-point win.
Yeah, we need games like that. And, you know, during critical moments, you know, I told the defense, hey, this is why we did what we asked them to do in off season, and I wanted them to embrace the pressure and the challenge of getting stops. And they looked me in the eye and they said, we got you, Coach, we got it. And then they went out there and got the critical stops, and we made them punt, and then our offense went to work after that.
Sure did. It was all over after that. So just great overall effort. You know, coaches, players, the players that had to step in, I think I texted you Saturday and said that's a great program win. That's the kind of thing that helps build your program because it's not about one player or two or three players. Obviously, you got guys that step up, but when you look across, we talk about the offensive line stepping up. I know several times you look up, and we talked about the receivers blocking before, but a lot of Mark's big runs are because the receivers are downfield making things happen, and so. That whole group of improvement in your depth improvement from last year to this year, again, those steps you take in the process, and we're about to take another step, right? We got a big one coming up here against Heritage.
Huge.
You're at a point now where you've got everything's in front of you. You're in total control of your destiny. Now it's a big challenge.
Yes, sir.
You got Heritage who's watching those guys, they're big, strong, physical. They're in the right place usually. And you're going to have a similar challenge the last week as the quarterback run, because he's a strong, physical guy, but he also can throw the ball.
Right.
And so you're going to have to be, front to back, be ready to go against this guy. Yeah,
Heritage, they do an awesome job. From top to bottom, with the offensive linemen, the running backs, receivers, quarterback does a great job with his RPOs, and it's going to require us to be disciplined with our eyes because they like to run wheels of 2, wheels of 3. They're gonna test all of your rules on defense, so we got to have great eye discipline. But we're up for the challenge. We're going to work on it, and we're going to work on the things that they do well, and we're going to try to stop them. And we're just, ultimately, we're just going to try to outlast them and work harder than they do.
So now, when you compare them to last season, do you see much difference in their offense or the way they execute, what they try to do?
They do the same things they did last year. I just look at us. We're better.
You're a different team.
We're different. We're better than we were last year. So we're ready for the challenge that they present to us. We're just ready. Tigers are going to be ready.
So, and then the other side is Coach Lewis. What's he looking at trying to attack this Heritage defense? Again, it's a good tackling team. They play their responsibilities. They don't get out of position a lot. So how do you attack that? Is that just about your guy being better than their guy on certain occasions, or you come out with some philosophies or schemes?
No, every defense has a weakness. And what I like about Coach Lewis and our offensive staff, we will exploit their weakness, whatever they're weak in. We're going to take our shots, and we're going to run plays at where they are weak. So with the ability to check back and get in the formation and see what they're in, and it's in the coach's hands. Yeah. So we can call plays that's going to attack where they are weak, and we have a quarterback that can make the throws. We have running backs that can run, and now our line is blocking the way we want to. So we're expecting to score a bunch of points on them.
Well, that would help, right? That'd be a good start for you guys, because it's going to be a challenge on both sides of the ball, because they are that team. Now, they come in 4-1 in district play, so they're sitting in second place. Their only loss in district is to Terrell in a pretty tight ball game, 21-14. They lost a couple really tough games early in their season. They have a pretty strong schedule that they play. But now, it's your chance to really make that next step in the program, to beat a team that you're not supposed to beat. That's right. Everybody coming in picked Heritage to win the district, so everybody's a little surprised that Terrell's leading. So your chance to really step up there and do that. You finish these guys, and we'll talk about the other guys next week.
Right.
But this would be a great step, and then totally control your own destiny, right?
Yeah. I'll go back to the Crandall game. Everyone patted us on the back and said, great game, great game, great game. But, me, I was upset because ultimately we did not win the game.
Right.
I think what we learned from that game, that we have a little more belief now. Yeah. And now we are practicing and preparing to win football games. So we like our challenges, and ultimately we want to win the game. We are practicing to win. I think we got the guys now that believe in us. They believe in the system. They believe in what we're doing, and we're practicing to win. So it's going to be a great challenge for us. We're going to go out there and we're going to fight, and we're going to give effort to win the game. And now our guys, they care enough to practice hard and go out there and play hard. And it's like I told them, if we don't win, hey, as long as you're giving it your absolute best, you're fine. We're good, and we're to that point now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I wish we were playing Crandall now instead of when we did.
Right.
But going back to, I've thought about that, as long as you play winning football, as a coach, I think you got to be happy. Whether you win or not, that sometimes is not always in your control. But if you play winning football and you give yourself a chance to win, that's what you can hope to pull out of your guys.
Yeah. We're gonna play tougher and harder, longer than them. We're not going to give up. We're going to play. It's just going to see what happens. We're going to outplay them in all phases.
Well, it's something to look forward to. I know. Yeah. I hope the stadium is full.
Yes.
I hope there's a lot of excitement.
Show up. Senior night.
A lot of excitement, a lot of electricity in the air, because this is a playoff atmosphere. It should be a playoff atmosphere for our program where we've been. So, we're in a three-way tie right now for third, which means one team's going to be out. So if you win these next two games, it's not going to be you.
Yeah.
So, that's if you take control of that, it won't be you.
Yeah, we control our own destiny. That's what we want. There's an opportunity for us to get second and bring a home playoff game at Corsicana Stadium. Which would be so awesome. Yep. We plan on being epic in doing that.
Well, last week in the district, Ennis beat Crandall 42-35, which kind of throws a little kink in things, but it can be overcome.
Right.
Terrell beat Greenville big, which you would expect, and then of course Heritage beat Poteet 52-20. So they're going to be a challenge. It's going to be tough. This week, obviously, I think we had the big game, as well as Terrell is at Crandall is a big game, and this is at Poteet, and Greenville is at Kaufman. So, you got a lot of still going on in the district, and we could throw it all up in the air this week with a big W.
Yes, those are the plans. We plan to practice and play to win the football game, and that's our goal, and just to get those guys emptying their buckets one play at a time, and that's all we can ask for, is to play harder and longer than those guys.
Well, I think you called it after the Crandall game. You said the standard is the standard. And so the standard is to go win the football game.
Yes.
And to play well enough to win the football game. And I think your guys are prepared to do that. I don't think the intimidation is going to be there like maybe you might have seen in the past when I look at a record or whatever. And if a loss can be good, the Crandall loss did set you up to do this, because it proved to your team that we can do this.
Right.
Because you walked out of it thinking, not only did we play good, we should have won the game.
Yeah. And you take the pick six and the kickoff return out, that's 14 points.
Yep.
We win 24-30. We would be in right now.
That's
but it is what it is, and
hey, makes it more fun right now.
Right.
We'll take that road in.
Right.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the 3-game win streak. Let's make it 4.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank
Eugene Rogers, head coach of the Tigers. I'm Rusty Hitt. Be back for the pregame show after this.